Now let's move on to our cooking tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to make tasty ndumas. I have already peeled and washed them, and now I will boil them until they are perfectly cooked. As you can see, the water level is just the same level as the ndumas. So that's how I will boil them for a while until they're perfectly cooked. Then I'll show you what I do after cooking them. The chunks have been cut in smaller pieces, not the usual pieces that we are used to when we have ndumas for breakfast. So I'll show you what I do and why I do them in small chunks. So the arrowroots are ready. So I'm going to use this for this tutorial. The rest I'll keep in the fridge for use later or for another of this kind of tutorial or for my own recipes here at home. I'm going to have 1/8 of a teaspoon there with me. I'm going to use paprika, black pepper. This one I'm going to just sprinkle a bit. I'm going to have cayenne, but this is optional. It's a bit sour. And then I'm going to have turmeric. Turmeric is optional, cayenne is optional. But when you have black pepper and paprika, that is a win for this tutorial. I'm going to use these gloves to have the mixture done, and I'm going to have a bit of oil, which is not here right now, but I'm also going to mix oil here as well as in the pan. So let's do this. So for the black pepper, I'm going to just sprinkle a bit. Nowadays I prefer using this compared to the other one, but I still have the other one. That's enough. Then 1/8. I have a spoon in here, but since I'm doing this tutorial, I'm showing you what I do. I'd rather use this. It has to be leveled. If you want, you can add some more. Since I love paprika, I'll just add some more. So I've used 1/8 2 times. That is 1/4 teaspoon, okay, for this quantity. So it depends with the quantity of arrowroots that you have. I'm just going to wipe this down so that I don't mix paprika spice into the turmeric. For turmeric, I don't like a lot of it, so I'm just going to sprinkle a bit. Just 1/8 is enough. Then I'm going to wipe this down. The alternative is you can prepare your quantities for the spices in advance before doing this. But since I'm doing this quickly, I'm in the middle of doing chores, so since I'm doing this, I decided to so I've just put that amount, but if you want more, you can put more. I'm just putting this amount for this recipe. Then we're going to mix this up once I add the oil. So just give me a moment, I add the oil. So I have my oil here with me. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit in here. Then once I do that, I think you've seen that, it's about 1 tablespoon or 1 tablespoon and a teaspoon, that sprinkle. It depends on how much oil you want. For me, I don't like, you can also deep fry. With this recipe, you can deep fry. Once you do this, you can deep fry, or you can do a lyonnaise recipe. I think in my channel there's a, not I think, I know there is a lyonnaise recipe. You can also use that for this kind of preparation. So I also need to add salt. So I'll just sprinkle a bit of salt. But for me, most of the time I don't use salt when I'm doing this recipe here. But it's also good to add it in here. So I'm going to do that right away. So right now I'm adding salt. I usually use sea salt. Any salt will do. That's the quantity. If you want more, you can use more, but that's the quantity I'm going to have in there. And for now I'll use the spatula because I've already used the gloves and removed them. So I'll just mix this well. Make sure you don't crumble the arrowroots as you're mixing so that they don't disintegrate. So that's done. So the next step is to heat oil in a pan and put this in and saute it for a while until it's well heated up and well coated with the oil and the ingredients are well incorporated. So I'm going to do that and I'll show you the process. So right now the pan is heated up. I'm going to add oil. Sorry if you see a lot of movements. I'm using a gimbal and it's not easy because my tripod does not, I've not set up my tripod yet. So the oil is being heated up. I'm just going to spread this well so that the whole pan is coated up with the oil. I don't want the arrowrots sticking. So once the oil is heated up, I'm just going to add a bit of heat. I'm going to pour in the arrowroot mixture. You can see the leftover arrowroots. They're there. I'm going to store them later. So this is basically what you do. It's as simple as this. Anyone can do this, and you can enjoy this breakfast with the turmeric is already doing its bit. The oil is already turning yellow. You can enjoy this with the sausages and any other thing that you have for breakfast. But for me, it's just these sausages and a bit of greens and tea, or just this by itself and tea, or this and sausages and tea. Anything can work. So you're supposed to just mix this up. You can do this, or you can use a spatula. I prefer silicone so that it doesn't disintegrate. Also, the pan is a non-stick pan. So with a non-stick pan, you don't use an aluminium spoon. So just mix this up well, and this is done. So once it's hot and every place is coated up with the oil, and it's looking crunchy in the outside, that's when you leave. But you keep on turning the way I'm doing until it's all done. So finally, I'll show you the outcome of all this. But basically, this is what you do until every part is coated up. Like I said, you can deep fry this if you want, but no, your oil will be dirty. If you want to reuse that oil, turmeric would make the oil turn yellow, and all your food that you cook with that recycled oil will be yellow. You can lyonnaise this, whereby you use, I have a lyonnaise recipe in my channel. You can go through there and just do the same thing that I've done in here, and that will also be a good thing. So I'll show you the end result and you'll get to enjoy. Try this. It's healthy, doesn't have a lot of oil, and it's all good. So they've cooked for a while, for about 3 minutes, and now they're done. So I got distracted a bit and they got burnt a little bit, but this is what I have. Remember, the heat should be medium. The heat should be medium, just medium to low. You can use that and just heat this up for 5 minutes. So this is what I have as my final. So it's a bit burnt, but it's still okay. It will still taste good and it will still be crunchy. So try this and enjoy.